Oh my, whatever could this be? Another entitled parent storytelling video? Why, how did you guess? Now, if you enjoy, like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Now, without further ado, let's get started, shall we? First story, babysitting while dad's homesick. Just wanted to get this rant off my chest. My sister is a teacher and has to work late about once a month due to after-school events, and tonight was one of those nights. She usually picks up her son from daycare that closes at 5, as her husband works until 6. She texted me a couple weeks ago letting me know that she was working late and asked me to pick up her son tonight and watch him until she got home from work. And I, of course, being an agreeable person, agreed. Today, I left work early to pick him up. I generally work until 5, but work an office job, so it's not a huge deal to work through lunch and leave work at 4:30 every once in a while. I was shocked when I got to my sister's house to see her husband at home, sick from work, and was cooking dinner just for himself. I just kept my mouth shut for a bit, thinking maybe he was too sick to drive. And besides, I'd already driven all the way over here anyway, so might as well spend some time with my niece. Anyways, I started cooking dinner for my nephew, and I spent some time playing with him. Her husband didn't help at all. He was coughing, but honestly didn't seem super sick, and was even working from home a bit. By the time my sister got home, I was getting really annoyed with his coughing everywhere. I'm not sick, and I don't want to be. And the fact that I really shouldn't have had to be there in the first place, and confronted my sister. I asked her why she didn't cancel on me and have her husband pick up his child from daycare rather than me, or at least let me know that he was homesick. I complained as I left work early because I thought that her and her husband had no other childcare options, and that it's a privilege for me to be able to leave early that could easily be taken away by my boss. She looked really surprised that I was upset and asked why I didn't speak to her husband, but I told her that she's my sister, and honestly, I didn't feel like it was my place to argue with her husband over this, when they should be figuring out childcare between the two of them. She then got mad at me for bringing this up to her husband, but I reminded her that she's the one who asked me to watch her kid in the first place, and that she could have canceled. She also has the power to tell her husband to pick him up instead, when I wasn't even aware that he was home, and I can't tell her husband what to do like she can. She then said, I don't understand how hard it is to organize and manage things because I'm not a parent, and she didn't ask her husband to pick up their son because it never crossed her mind. I was doing it. Lastly, she thought I'd be happy to spend some time with my nephew. I never said I wasn't, and felt like she was just using her kid for manipulation. I was done after that, and left. Anyways, I feel bad for just leaving after an argument, but I really thought that they were both being inconsiderate of my time as a childless woman. I think my favors will be limited in the future. I agree with you, OP. If the husband was sick, and you had to be there, you are putting yourself in danger by being there. So, the husband could have just as easily picked up the child and brought the child home and limited the sickness he was spreading. Anyway, on to the next story. Entitled child throws a temper tantrum when he doesn't get his way, then lies to his dad. I'm a long-time lurker on this subreddit, and love entitled stories, and I have so many of them in my entitled cousins. Our cast: 19 male, entitled child. NC, nice cousin, and IU is idiot uncle. Some background: my family was living in my grandmother's house for a little bit, because our house got flooded in the February floods. If you're Australian, you know how bad they were. My idiot uncle and his kids will also live there when they're not at their mum's. Another fun story that I'm not going to get into now. I cannot stand being in the room with them for more than 10 minutes on my own. They are just that bad. So now I've sort of set the picture. It's time for the story. I was downstairs in my bedroom cleaning, minding my own business, listening to music, when it just stops. I thought maybe my phone had died, so I turned around to put it on the charger. But who do I see? Entitled child trying to unlock my phone. Me. What are you doing? Give me that. I wanna watch YouTube. Okay, you have an iPad and a phone. Watch it on those. No, my phone's too small and my iPad's dead. And it's my phone. I don't have to let you use it. Yes, you do. Dad said I could use it. My uncle is the worst and just enables his kids and lets them do and get wherever they want. I don't care. He didn't pay for the phone. I did. And I said no, and that is final. This kid absolutely lost it and screamed at me and started crying and throwing his arms and legs around like a toddler. He's 14. And I'm just standing there like, WTF? NC walks in, seeing what's wrong. Ed's twin bro. NC said, why are you screaming? Shut up. EC screaming, because I want to watch YouTube on his phone and he won't let me. Me and NC just look at each other. NC sighs and says he could use his iPad instead. This shuts EC up and gets him out of the room. I thank NC and go back to cleaning, thinking that it's over, but nope. About an hour later, entitled uncle comes home, and entitled cousin comes straight back to him saying that I took his phone and hid it, and then I hit him when I tried to get it back. I just roll my eyes because I know what's coming. Why did you take EC's phone away? I didn't. He tried to steal mine, and he threw a fit when I didn't let him. Well, why didn't you let him then? Because I don't have to. It's my property, and he has no right to it if I say no. Entitled uncle starts yelling that it's his house and it's his rules. And I couldn't help but laugh at him. Your house? This is your mom's house. You have no right to tell me what to do. I'm not your kid. And I don't have to do anything if I don't want to. He stands there red-faced, glaring at me, and then just walks away. It definitely left me confused that he just walked away, but that was it. I don't hear anything after that. NC comes to me later to apologize, and I have a laugh about EC, but that's it. Now for our last story of the day, we've got entitled mom calls children racist for not saving her children in the pool. Oh boy, this is going to be wonderful, isn't it? Alright. I just recently remembered this story. It happened a few years ago, so I don't remember every detail, but I'll try my best. So me, 14 male, and my friend, 13 female, were in the pool at our apartment complex, and we were just talking, doing what kids do in a pool in the summer. There were these two other kids, I believe 9 to 12 years old, on the shallow end. Keep in mind, these kids were not all the way there mentally. Then there was their mom, 30 to 40, on the side of the pool, not paying attention to her kids, messing with her hair. Well, me and my friend were talking, and I noticed one of the kids were trying to get over where we were at. I didn't pay much mind to it until I heard splashing and yelling. I look over and notice that the kid was trying to get over to me and my friend was struggling to keep afloat. I also noticed the mom, who just stopped playing with her hair for 10 seconds after the splashing, started to come over to the side of the pool and yells at me and my friend to do something. Me and my friend are in shock from what is happening in front of us, so we're just frozen and watching what is happening. This mom continues to yell and then pokes at her kid with a pool noodle and tells her kid to grab it. Finally, she gets her child out and then hurls slurs at me and my friend, calling us racists and saying we should off ourselves. After she throws more insults at us, she spits in the pool, grabs her child, calls us racist again, and leaves. After she left, the apartment complex manager comes over and asked us what happened. We told her what happened, and she left. The mom comes back and proceeds to insult us again. Then she grabs her things, takes a picture of us, and leaves. We finally left the pool and told my mom what happened. Turns out these two children are left unsupervised daily, and my friend's brother can count multiple times when they were put in danger. TLDR, neglectful Karen calls children racist for not saving her children from a pool while she messes with her hair. Oh boy! Anyway, if you enjoyed these stories, consider pressing the subscribe button, slapping it in the face like you go, wow, and doing the same to the like button. Maybe leave your thoughts on the stories down in the comments below. And maybe check me out at the links in the description below. I have a Twitter, SoloBladeVA. Although I'm Count Julius here, I'm also a voice actor. Anyway, I will see you next time. Hasta la pasta.